Okay, please like, share and subscribe and hit the notification bell for updates on our latest videos. And today I'm doing a video on a movie called Arena, which came out in 1989. There are a lot of films called Arena, so you've got to make sure you get the right one here. So I'll just read a bit of the write-up on it. Won't give too much away. In 4038, Steve Armstrong is the first human in 50 years to take part in the intergalactic boxing sport known as simply the Arena. Due to other species being stronger than humans, a computer device known as the Handicapper brings both fighters to an equal footing. However, when a crime boss known as Rogor realises Armstrong could beat his champion Horn, he does everything in his power to make sure this doesn't happen. So that's the basic outline of it. It's a mostly unknown cast, reason being it's a B movie. So this is one of them that originally come straight out on VHS. However, now it's on Netflix, so you can actually watch this if you want to. So it's mostly an unknown cast, but there are a few exceptions. You've got Claudia Christian, who plays Quinn in this, who's known for Babylon 5. You've got Mark Alamo, who plays Rogor. He's known as Gul Dukat in DS9. And you've got Armin Shimmerman, who's known as Weasel in this, also known as Quark in Deep Space Nine, which is funny. You've got two people out of Deep Space Nine, so clearly they knew each other before that series. Running time is 1 hour and 37 minutes, so it's not massively long. And because it's a B movie, there's no budget or box office figures for this at all. I've looked, trust me. I looked all over the net, there's nothing. Rotten Tomatoes audience score for 32%. That's a bit harsh, I think. Don't get me wrong, it's not the best film you'll ever watch, because it isn't, but I think 32 is pretty low. Yes, it is a bit dated looking now because it's an old film, but considering it was a B movie, the effects aren't too bad. A lot of them are practical effects as well, which is quite good. There's not masses of special effects, you know, so it all has a slight realism to it. And I say a slight, when you watch it, there's a very original series of Star Trek vibe to it, you know, gold sort of capes and things like that. You do get a massive Star Trek vibe from it. It's got a very sort of 70s but also 80s look. It's a bit hard to put into words, but if you watch it, you'll know what I mean. It is cheesy in places, but it's enjoyable. I think it's a 15 rating, although on Amazon I believe it's a 13+. Personally, I would say it's more of a PG. It's not massively violent, if you ask me. Yes, they are boxing, but I mean the majority of the characters he's boxing against are aliens, and there are all sorts of weird looking aliens. And the fighting it's not massively graphic. It's not like what you see in modern films now. So I would say, like, when you compare it to a lot of stuff that's out now, you know, it's not that bad. Like I say, it is cheesy in places, but I mean, like I say, there's a original Star Trek series vibe to it, and of course that was pretty cheesy in places as well. So yeah. And I wrote down here one goof I noticed as well. During the fight scenes in the arena, many of the spectators are painted cutouts with clothes on, which they are. Yeah, if you look carefully enough, you'll notice that the arena that's meant to be really big, that's meant to be filled with thousands of people, it really isn't. There's a few cardboard cutouts in there. You've got to look really hard, but you can see them. Like I say, I mean, with this, a lot of it is practical effects, and it isn't. I imagine it didn't have a massive budget, so they did well with what they had. And this is another one of them films, because I've done a few B movies before. This is another one of them films that's very similar to Evolver in the respect that the story's quite sound, and you could reboot this and it could do well. It's another one of them things where if you did it now with better effects, maybe a better cast and more money, it could do well. It's a different sort of idea. Of course, a lot of these come out on B movies, like straight to VHS or DVD, because of the fact that they haven't got a massive budget. So it doesn't go to cinema, it goes straight out on video or DVD. So these are the sort of films that they really should look at rebooting, rather than films that are already, you know, box office hits. With this, you know, it's a good sort of idea. And, you know, yeah, you could change bits, you know. I do think this is something that deserves a reboot with money thrown at it. So, yeah, good concept, I thought. Like I say, it's not the best movie you've ever seen. I don't think it deserves the 32% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, though, if I'm honest. I mean, you've got to think about the fact that it is an 89 movie and it was a B movie. So money's tight, effects weren't quite so good, and the effects that were around then cost a lot of money. So they did what they could with it. And, you know, although it's not the best film you've ever seen, it's enjoyable. It's even enjoyable because it's cheesy. So, yeah, just have a look. I mean, I like to do videos like this because it shouldn't be all about the big box office movies. It shouldn't be all about, you know, the expense and the special effects. Sometimes it's good to watch something that hasn't got loads of money, hasn't got loads of special effects, but has a fairly good story to it. So, yeah, like I say, it's on Netflix anyway. It's free to watch if you've got Netflix. So it's just something else you can watch, you know, to tick away the minutes, you know. So, yeah, anyway, that's the end of this one anyway. So take care, guys. Nerdy Geezer out.